Kia ora everyone, my name's Zach, I love rugby. Welcome back to Hakatime Rugby. Guys, Eddie Jones has just announced his England squad to take on Scotland this weekend. Because of all the talking points surrounding England, surrounding Eddie Jones, his selections, his strategy, I wanted to drop a quick video to explain, to go through the announcement and to give you an update on what that means. So let's go through the selections. We've got Vunipola back, that's probably the first of the major changes. He slots in there for Joe Marler. Now Joe Marler is not on the bench either, so he doesn't make the match day 23. And it looks like a bit of faith put there in Marco Vunipola. So that'll be interesting to see how he goes. Obviously, his last game for England was that World Cup final. Does he have any psychological hangover there? Will he perform at scrum time? How competitive will the scrum battle be? We know certainly Rory Sutherland had a great game there for Scotland. And Marco Vunipola, this English forward pack, will certainly be tested there. So it'll be good to see how he stacks up here in this game. We've got Itoje, and in comes Cruz for Ewells. I think that's the right decision. I think from a selections perspective, that's a good move by Eddie Jones. It just felt like Ewells wasn't up to the physical battle here against France. And also the scrum seemed to improve with Cruz there. So I think what Eddie's doing here is backing what he sees as a more tried and tested forward pack, which I think is a good move. To the back row. Now, we do have a change here. So obviously Courtney Lawes is not here at 6. Lewis Ludlam comes in at 6. Now I think it's a better move, but I still have concerns with playing players out of position. I mean, Tom Curry will slot in here at 8, and I just don't understand this policy of playing players out of position. Now I know what Eddie Jones has said. He has said this is a long-term project, that they really want to evolve the way that Tom Curry plays. They think he can be a really, really good 8. Maybe that's true, but he is a very, very good 6. So why would you play him out of position? It doesn't quite sit right with me. And also, you know, one thing that really made England competitive the last few years actually, has been in big part the contribution of Billy Vunipola to this team. That go forward that he brings with the ball in hand has been valuable. It builds a platform that you can attack from. So I don't think you get as much of that with Tom Curry. You certainly get a lot of benefits in other areas. He certainly does not play like a traditional 8. I'm speaking about Tom Curry here, and therefore it changes the dynamic of the team somewhat. I would have preferred to see a specialist 8 here. Tom Curry at his preferred role in 6 and a specialist 8. As I mentioned, ball in hand, a little bit of go forward, a bit more of a physical presence. To me, that's really what you want here, particularly if your game plan is to try and be more physical like Eddie was stating there against France. In the back line, so another major change here. Ben Young is not here. Willie Hines starts. I did think Ben Young had a pretty poor game there in France. He was certainly shown up there by Antoine Dupont, who played extremely well. So it looks like this is a change to try and bring someone who's a little bit more informal. Although Hines struggled a little bit against Dupont as well. Or maybe it's just saying to Ben Young that he needs to improve somewhat if he wants to get back to that starting spot. But that's an interesting selection. Forward, still there at 10. I think that's probably the right option. Obviously, Joseph there in cover for Manu Tuilangi. Owen Farrell is your captain. And then at the back, same team, Daly, May, Furbank. So in terms of the back line, I think the centres, you're pretty much restricted to what you can do there. Obviously, with Manu Tuilangi out, Joseph certainly didn't let the team down there. Didn't offer a lot in attack, but he is he's a valid option there in the outside centre position. So from a backline perspective, that's fine. I did think Furbank was caught out a number of times in that game against France. Eddie Jones has chosen to persevere with him, and I think he will be tested. I think from a Scottish perspective, we are going to see them come in and attack the breakdown, particularly with this disrupted loose forward trio and with the great work they did there against Ireland. And we're going to see England peppered with high balls from, I expect, from Scotland as well to really test Furbank, who I didn't think had the best game overall. So that's really it in terms of the starting 15. Interesting squad selections. Major changes there I've covered off. So let me know what you think of the selections, guys. What would you have changed? Has Eddie Jones got it right? Has he got it wrong? I think he's starting to get closer. In my opinion, he's starting to get closer to what he needs to do to reclaim some of that old form, but he's not all the way there yet. He certainly is showing a bit of a bias here or at least a commitment to push the point around Tom Curry at 8. And I think, you know, he's got a bit of a blind spot there for Tom Curry, and this could turn quite ugly if he starts to, if performances aren't there on the track, and if Tom Curry in particular isn't performing. I think Eddie Jones will come under a lot of criticism. When the Scottish team is announced, guys, I'm going to do a full preview of that match. In that, I'll get a lot more strategic on what I expect based on the selections. But let me know what you think. Is Eddie Jones all the way there yet with selections? Are there people that you would change? What could he do better? How do you think this match will go, guys? Let me know. I'll see you guys in the next video. Please like the video if you like the content. Subscribe as well, guys. Both liking, commenting, subscribing, it really helps the channel. And I'm enjoying dropping Six Nations content, so please join me for more. I'll see you guys all soon. Enjoy the rugby. See you for the next preview.